How is everybody doing this beautiful morning? I've been up for a little while. I got a little bit of work done. Made a few posts. I'm going to set up a few other things for today. I believe that Mark, myself, and Matt Stevens are going to go live on all of our channels, even on Instagram or not Instagram, but even on Twitter, which you can follow me on here on Twitter, by the way, the MFing COO. You can follow me there on Instagram too. Just Instagram only lets me go live. I tried to go live on Instagram yesterday. They wouldn't let me. They wouldn't let it connect. Uh, very interesting. Very interesting. But if you want to see in the linked comment above, you can follow my escapades. Also on Spotify, Alan Roberts Uncensored. I am going to be posting many other things there that are not going to be able to make it onto YouTube and places like that for fear of them just deleting the channel. But it's going to be. I'm going to try to have some guests on those sorts of things. Be talking about things that most of society won't. I've reached a stage where I think that it's just time that we actually start having just real conversations about shit. One of the things, and I'm hoping that this video stays up to date because it gets into very touchy subjects because where people put their penises and pussies seems to be a huge fucking issue. So there is going to be some language. There's going to be some adult content in this episode today. And if you don't like that, I don't fucking care. You should leave. Like you being offended by my words is totally a you problem, people. Like, and that's where we need to get in society. Like, if you don't like shit I say, you are perfectly within your rights to do so. Toddle the fuck on along like a little child, and have a good day. But instead, we live in a society where people are so fucked up. They think they're so special. Like we have treated people so like we have deluded people to thinking that they are so fucking special when in fact they're very mediocre, if not underachieving. That their feelings should fucking matter. Like it's so fucking pathetic. I'm going to say hi to people. See you next Tuesday. I'm seeing you right now. And Daddy, how you doing? Big Spoon Bear. I did unblock you on your other one, so I made sure to go in and do it. But please, if you have not subscribed, Daddy Bear reads at bedtime. If you have children, especially, go subscribe to his channel. Take Force, Celican, Grim Reaper. Brian, how you doing? Mel, what's going on? Janet, Luis, morning all, couldn't sleep, got the stomach flu. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you are feeling better. I really do. I hope you feel better. I slept like a fucking rock last night. So good. Shield Maiden Fitness, hello from the treadmill. Good for you. Good for you. Corey, Subhine, Courtney Graves, Chantel. I'm not going to say hi to everybody today because this can go on for a long time. And John Jacobs, Subhan, Heidi, Stella, Desert Fox, Amy, and Jane, Ryan. Okay, we got that's all. I'm not saying hi to anybody else. So because we realized that like as I'm putting these things up on Spotify, I'm saying hi to people for like 5 fucking minutes. And I appreciate all of you. Kenny, how you doing? I appreciate all of you very, very much. I really do. But I just want to get to the content and the stupid shit that is fat acceptance, fat phobia. I've warned people for fucking years. I say this every day. And I know I repeat some shit I say every day. I had somebody like, all you do is repeat the same shit. Maybe if you started fucking listening, I wouldn't have to repeat the same shit. You think I fucking don't want to like do other shit besides like fucking remind people about how fucking idiotic it is to think that you can be fat and healthy? Like, I mean, if you find it annoying that I repeat the same shit, I find it annoying that I gotta fucking say the same shit. Trust me, it's a sign that you're fucking stupid. So here we go. It is Pride Month. I have no problem with Pride Month. I have no problem with homosexual. I have no problem with bisexual. I don't even have a problem with people being transgender or the non-binary thing. It's just like a fucking I mean, I'm sorry. That's where I like. If you don't want to identify as one, I'm going to identify you as one because I live in a binary world where reality exists and there's male and female. If you want to transition from male to female, that is perfectly up to you, and I will do my very best, especially if you present as the gender that you want to transition to. I have no problem. I even have less of a problem when you actually take the steps to do so, receive psychological care. By the way, that's dust I was testing there. But receive psychological care and everything like that. And it's what's best for you. You do you, boo. But the non-binary thing, you're binary. You can identify as non-binary. I'm going to identify you as binary. Why do you? What rights do you supersede? Anyway, that's a whole other topic that we can get to. We can get to later. I mean, it literally creates a binary too. Like there's non-binary and binary, so therefore it's two. Therefore it's binary. I mean, like it's just logic and shit. That. Hang on a second. Question: do you have to take no morbidity at the same time every day? I suggest you take it at the same time every day just to build the habit of doing so. Also, it's got a 24-hour half-life basically. So yeah, I mean, and it's not something you. It is not. It is not something that you should. You should just try to take a day to be less hungry and then think it's going to work. Like take it consistently. Your hunger will diminish. I have literally between that. I don't even have Ember right now. Between that and Nutrient Driver, timing Nutrient Driver 3 times a day, taking no morbidity about an hour and a half before my first big meal. You know, I have no hunger with it. Courtney Graves. I'm not commenting on this rabbit hole. Why not? Like that's the problem. We need to start having conversations. Like people don't want to have uncomfortable conversations. I'll have any uncomfortable conversation with anybody. I really will have. But my thing about what's going like it's Pride Month. I don't understand why we have to have a whole month. I will say that. John, no. There's not maybe after at the end of this video, maybe, but there's tons of videos you can go back and watch. And I don't want to just be talking about. And it's my product. I don't want to be just talking about it the entire time, because literally there's video of me everywhere talking about it. So, and like I said, at the end, maybe if I do Q&A, if you're still here, ask that question again, and I'll go over it. But right now, we're going to fucking talk about how ridiculous this is. So this young lady, let's see, where's she at? The Fat Anti-Diet Coach on TikTok. And again, don't go over and hate on this woman. She's clearly, in my opinion, of course, mentally deranged. Complete, like they live in this fantasy world where gravity doesn't exist and shit. It's kind of fucking sad. I mean, these people, and true, this is not meant to be, this is not in the mean way where I think they're pathetic. I think they're fucking pathetic. It's like, they are so fucking weak-minded that they need to have society try to ignore their shit. Now, historically, in this country, gay people, bisexuals, I don't even do the queer thing. I don't fucking get that because it's gay, but there was obvious serious discrimination over just who you love. And I have no fucking problem with that. Many gay friends, many bisexual friends, many straight friends. I have we have several trans folk in our coaching. I mean, I have no issues with this shit. Okay. Because it truly does not fucking affect me. I'm a happily married monogamous man. So therefore it does not affect me at all whatsoever. So, I worry way more about, other shit, but the delusion that the fat acceptance movement should be part of this is fucked up. And that's pretty much what this woman is saying. let's see here. We are going to go now. Oh, here we go. All right. So here's today's loon bag, and I mean that in the most like a adoring way. And I'm going to be covering up the comments because I get distracted by the comments. I've stitched or whatever the fuck they call it on TikTok. TikTok's an interesting thing because like I have videos go viral every single fucking day. I don't really talk about fitness that much on here because fat acceptance movement is huge on TikTok. TikTok is a device to try to get Americans in the Western world weak, pathetic, soft, emasculated, and fat. I mean, it just is what it is. These people, their content is pushed in a way I've never seen before. So this fat anti-diet coach, helping you ditch diet culture and live your one true beautiful life. So what if your one true beautiful life is being healthy? Because she is truly we're going to watch this video, but look at the fucking state of ill health this woman is. You are as round as you are tall. The circumference around this woman's waist is probably her height measurement. If you're that shape, you should be fucking terrified. That, and she looks, I mean, she's probably a lot younger than what she looks like, but she looks like she's close to fucking 50. She looks like she's my age. 51 in less than 60 days, by the way. Check out Every Damn Day Fitness Facebook page or my Twitter and stuff like that. I posted some still shots. I'm not big on posting pictures of myself. I don't pose for the camera really that much, but I do video some of my workouts, and then I just take still shots from them. So you should check that shit out. But anyway, because I am going to show my progress as I go along here. Anyway, because here's my thing. You can't just talk about it. You got to be about it, right? I mean, we'll get to that in a minute. I think that's what we're going to be fucking talking about on the later episode today with Mark and Matt. But we're going to listen to this fucking crazy woman. Pretty much fucking cope. Have a whole big bag of fucking cope on this. But this one video I found to be, literally for my gay friends, I found this to be radically fucking disgusting. Okay. So, well, I don't want to like it. I want to pause it. Here we go. Here we go. All right, everybody, listen up, because I'm about to start and stop this thing a couple times.
What does fat liberation have to do with Pride Month?
What does fat liberation have to do with Pride Month? I mean, first of all, fat liberation is about the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard in the context it's being used, because she's acting like they're trying to liberate themselves as if there's some sort of seriously fucking oppressed group. The only thing oppressing you is your gluttony. If you're a morbidly obese person, you are not being oppressed. Society is not oppressing you. You are oppressing yourself if you feel oppressed. You are, in fact, the thing that is holding you down. You are building a wall of fat around you that is holding you down, that is oppressing you. If you feel you're not getting a job because you're fat, like some jobs require physical movement. If I think it's going to take you 20 minutes to walk across the office to get to me, when I need you just to be able to walk across the office in 5 minutes, I'm not hiring you. If I think that your physical state of ill health because of your own actions is going to fucking result in you missing a bunch of fucking work and me as an employer having to pay tons of extra money for your insurance and shit, why would I hire you? Be so good they can't ignore you. You've got to be about it. That's the problem. Like one of my catchphrases is "Be so good they can't ignore you." It comes from the song "Get Away" from Moccasin Creek, and like in society went the other way. Like society is like, I'm horrible, but you have to notice me anyway. Fuck that shit. What happened to pride? Like real, actual pride? What happened to wanting to be good at something? What happened to wanting to be like the best person you could? What happened to wanting to, be better than the competition? Like we've removed competition. We've made it easy for the fucking low achieving, low expectation, low effort people to feel important. I know that may hurt some people's feelings, but that's the problem. Low effort, low expectation. Like why should society lower its expectations to meet your effort? Fucking patheticness.
Let me tell you. Number one, tell all of us are free. None of us are free.
Did you hear that, gay people and other minorities and other people that have actually been oppressed? Because until fat people are free, none of you are free. First of all, who's not free? I mean, who's not free, especially in America? Who's not free? What aren't you free to do? What aren't you actually free to do? I don't understand this. What are you free of? You're not free of people saying you're fat and look ridiculous by thinking that your fatness is not unhealthy, because that's nobody's free from that. Like what are you not free from? What are gay people not free from? I mean, this one's acting like there's some sort of serious battle going on, like there's legislation and shit like that to like hold fat people down. The only thing holding fat people down is fat people. It is something you can change about yourself. Again, like as a quick plug, again, you can get it's in the linked comment up above. You can get a consultation from us. We'll help you start your journey. You can buy the book, Fuck Being Fat, Solve Your Weight Problems Once and For All from Math and Willpower. You get a month of the app. You get put into the Hunger Management Support Group. You get access to live and pre-recorded yoga classes. So you actually get information, and you get a vehicle to actually move your body in a safe, effective way, because Crystal's classes are amazing. My wife is just a fucking genius. She can make it so her yoga classes are for anybody who can barely move. There's even chair yoga on there, where if you can't even stand up, you can do yoga in your chair. Like, she's amazing when it comes to this shit. We've built this shit to make sure we try to help people of any status to start getting healthier. But what are you oppressed about? Look at that face. Until fat people are free, you're not free either, because you're grouping yourself in. Like, what is with this shit where fat people feel that they can just co-opt the actual oppression of people? Like, so fat phobia means you're a racist, you're an ableist, you're a thisist, and now you're a homophobe. Like, if you don't like fat people being fat, if you want more for fat people, if your basic expectation in society is that people actually try to fucking take care of themselves in a physical manner and take care of their health so they're not a burden upon society, because this woman's going to be a burden on society. This woman is the visual representation of what type 2 diabetes looks like. This woman, low muscle mass, massive waistline, this woman is literally the picture of future illness if she's not already ill. High blood pressure, hypertension, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, gluttony, stomach issues, neuroinflammation, chronic inflammation. This woman is at massively higher risk of dying from the pandemic virus or using a hospital bed from the pandemic virus than somebody of her age that would be lean. Massively. She's eating herself into massive risk. Why is having the basic expectation in society that people don't do that? Why does that make there a problem with you? Like, this is the thing. I still, and to get to my main point of this, they're not going to be happy until there's like a gravy colored stripe on the fucking pride flag. You know, like, I mean, it'll just be a stripe with like burgers, hot dogs, gravy, you know, like, I mean, a soda, you know, I mean, that they want that stripe on the pride flag, you know, on the LGBT flag. They want their own letter, you know, on the pride flag. Like, it's not, to me, it's just insane. Until we're free, none of you are free. Like, they're grouping, like, you know, the people are laughing at, like, this goes out to this woman who's probably going to watch this. You know, people are laughing at you, calling yourself the fat anti-diet coach, and looking like you are literally the visual representation of illness. You know, people are laughing at you because it's laughable. Because in the real world where we live, where there's not a purple sky with unicorns flying across rainbows, shitting out glitter, you are a fat woman who is middle-aged. And actually, for your physical status, you are not middle-aged. You are past middle age because you are decreasing your life expectancy with every gluttony episode you have. Like, you know, this is a choice. You know it is. We're going to go over some of your other videos here in a second. You know it is. You absolutely know this is a choice. And you are trying to pretend that your literal addiction to food, because this is the face, this is the body, this is the literal visual representation of somebody that likes food more than their life. Just to be true. So you know that it's on you. You are literally you are trying to couple your gluttony and sedentary lifestyle with Pride Month, with people trying to just love who they want to love in peace. And you are telling them that they're not free. Now, gay people, you're setting people back, because even though they have gay marriage or like that, like any gay person out there who you feel like you lead a pretty good free life, because guess what? If you are a gay person out there, and this is on a side note, if you're a gay person out there and think the United States is horrible on you, check out Saudi Arabia. Check out Ukraine. The Ukraine, you're not allowed to get married. Ukraine still has conversion therapy. You know, check the country that we're sending tens of billions of dollars to does not support gay people. You know, a lot of countries we do business with, they murder gay people. I don't understand how this is a real thing. To think that, like, anybody that thinks America is still not the home of freedom, even though people are trying to take it away from us, acting like you are oppressed in America is fucking insane. Because are there people that are better off? Absolutely. Are there people, and normally, and this is no shit, a lot of times it's because they try harder. I mean, yes, there's inherited wealth, and oligarchy is a big thing throughout the entire world. Because when you become that rich, you are a global entity. You know what I mean? When you become like billionaires, you're a global entity, you know? But for the most part, people in America, we're pretty free. I mean, even though a lot of freedoms are being taken, we're still pretty free. And you're trying to pretend that we're not somehow, like this is a horrible thing. Go try being fat some places, like go to Japan. Like, you're not going to be, there's not, fat people in Japan are not treated well. Like, it's insane. You know, you cannot believe for a second that you're being oppressed by being fat in America when you're oppressing yourself. It's sad. It's sadness. So this woman trying to basically couple her plight of fat phobia and we need fat liberation and blah, 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 blah onto the LGBT community. The LGBT community should be pissed as fuck. Like, you should be upset as fuck. People that had to literally fucking fight to have the right to actually marry the person they love. You guys should be pissed the fuck off. You should be really fucking mad. I mean, this should infuriate you. Adding a gravy-colored stripe, Adding the McDonald's fucking arches to the pride flag is pretty fucking insulting. Selican, I like that one. Anyway, and we're like seconds into her video. Here we go.
Period. Number 2, as with all amazing things in this world, fat, Black, queer, disabled women began the body positivity movement.
So why the fuck does it apply to you? Like, I mean, so right now, and that's their check. So fat, Black, queer. So if you want fat people to like not be a burden on society, you don't like Black people, you don't like fat people, you don't like queer people. So again, she's campaigning to have the McDonald's arches put onto the pride flag. And by the way, fat, like, again, society has very skewed fat. Like, what they're talking about, like, even like, people didn't, like, this woman is like 100 years ago or whatever, when the fat acceptance movement was supposedly made. Like, the body positivity movement is totally a hijacked community, by the way. It was meant for people that like had like amputee victims and burn victims and cancer survivors to not be ashamed of their body, to take pride in how they have conquered their physical disabilities, ailments, and disease. I mean, I'm sorry, but this is very clear. The fat acceptance community, maybe, but body positivity and shit like that, that was for people to feel positive about shit they couldn't change, that they couldn't change about their bodies. You could change this. But 100 years ago, this is the fat woman in the circus. I mean, 100 years ago, 50 years ago, even 50 years ago, when I was born, this woman like was the fat person. Now she's just the average fucking fat person. She's just the average fucking person.
To them, I am standing here.
You're standing there because you don't want to accept the fact that you're a glutton and lazy and want to fucking make excuses for fucking putting probably 1,000 extra calories down your fucking gullet every single goddamn day, that you more than what you need to be the 100 pounds overweight you are.
And 3, as I unpacked my own fat phobia, I realized how much other shit is completely made up. Gender.
Yeah, fat phobia is completely made up. I agree with you. I agree with you.
Sexual norms, heteronormativity, capitalism.
So wait, gender. If gender wasn't a thing, you wouldn't be able to identify as one. I'm just saying. Gender is an actual thing. Now, how you identify, you do you, boo. For real. Like, you whatever you want. But gender, by its own admission, if you can identify as a gender, that means genders exist. And gender exists because that's where I get to the whole, there's no non-binary. XX, XY, there's different chromosomes. There's biology involved in this. There's facts involved. In the real world, there's facts involved. Identify however you want, though. Heteronormative comes from breeding. Heteronormative comes from babies and the propagation of the human race. That's where heteronormative comes from. Okay, and I always find it amazing how if there's no gender and if there's no heteronormative behavior, then why do you do your hair the way you do? Why is this woman wearing makeup? Why does she dress in women's clothes? Like, it's so fucking weak. Like, the argument is like, all the arguments are just cope. It's just all coping, like coping for the fact that maybe you're not the most, like this woman probably doesn't think she's the most attractive person. And neither do I. But because she looks like disease to me. She looks like she's eating herself to death. You know, it's one thing if she was trying really, really hard. To me, anybody that makes effort, that automatically makes them a little bit more attractive. You know, but this woman is very clearly doesn't give a fuck and is just coping and making fucking excuses every single goddamn day for, again, the 1,000 extra calories likely she puts down her gullet, that she is more than what her body needs to sustain itself at a healthy weight, because this is an unhealthy weight. This woman, by every factor, is morbidly obese. I don't give a fuck what you say. Like BMI was made for white Anglo-Saxon white males. Okay, let's go waist to height ratio. Okay, let's go by gravity. Let's ask this woman how her knees feel. Let's watch this woman run, shall we? Because we are actually a species that evolved by hunting and gathering. Just because all of a sudden, you know, Krispy Kreme is a thing doesn't mean that this is an evolution. You know, I mean, just because, you know, Dunkin' Donuts, which miss your coffee, but I won't fucking shop with you anymore. But just because Dunkin' Donuts started giving you a donut every time you got a jab, you know, does not mean that this is healthy. It's just fucking ridiculous. You know, I mean, we're not even done with this one's video.
Racism, what else? I mean, all of it made up. So
Racism's made up, huh?
I'm all for every person living their life happily.
Me too. I am. But to live your life happily does at no point in time, like if you're mentally ill and in a state of denial, you should absolutely get help. That goes to you, fat anti-diet coach lady, because you are clearly in a fucking state of denial, like clearly, and you're being just so overtly rude and to people that are actually minorities, because you're not a minority. You're not even a minority. This one, the average person in America is obese viscerally. This woman is viscerally obese. The average woman in America is about 170 pounds with a waist to height ratio of 61%. That's viscerally obese. This woman is morbidly obese. Oh, excuse me, coffee went down wrong. This woman is morbidly obese. But you're not a minority. You're absolutely not a minority. I mean, being fucking full on fucking crazy, I would hope that that's a minority, but society's telling me that that's kind of the norm too now lately. But you're not an oppressed minority. If you were oppressed, how are you fat? Normally, oppression involves some sort of, like, you know, not being able to fucking button yourself. You know, being oppressed normally means that somehow or another you can't feed yourself well. This is not oppression. This is in no way oppressed. When you can afford to glutton yourself to massive, massive, massive weight. Damn, sorry. Massive, massive, massive weight. Was it three? Massive, 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 massive weight. You're not oppressed by any stretch, man. You are privileged as fuck. To sit here on this app and claim that other people who have historically been discriminated against and oppressed, that they're not free until you're free, that is privilege on a whole other fucking level. That is obese privilege on a whole other fucking level that I can't imagine. I just couldn't believe. I can't believe that you fucking, like, you can't see how privileged that is. Like, that is ridiculous. To think that other people should understand. Like, hey, by the way, you 60-year-old gay woman, 60-year-old lesbian, when you finally, like, you know, after Barack Obama had have his arm twisted into legalizing gay marriage, literally, every Democrat up until they decided they wanted to get the gay vote was against gay marriage. Check out your history. So if you're a 50, 60-year-old lesbian and you finally 10 years ago were able to marry the partner that you've been with for 10, 20 years and have a normal life and, you know, have the same benefits and everything like that a married couple should have, or two people that love each other for the rest of their lives should have. And if you're one of those people that doesn't like gay marriage, fuck off. I don't, because it doesn't affect you. You know what I mean? Because most gay people I know just want to live their life quietly, happily, just like fucking everybody else, you know? Because for real, most of you motherfuckers out there that don't like gay marriage, like, you guys are fucking weird ass freaks too. Anyway, like, I mean, like, you do some probably do some freaky shit in the bedroom yourself, have some freaky fucking thoughts. Leave people alone. What the fuck? But this woman is basically saying to you, who after being together for 10, 15 years and finally able to marry, about 10 years ago or whatever, or not even 10 years, I don't know, but that you're still not, like, fuck you. You shouldn't consider yourself free until you help her get fucking free of whatever fucking oppression she thinks she fucking has by being so fucking privileged that she can, in a world where people starve to death, glutton herself to a state of ill health that then society needs to fucking bear the brunt and burden for as she fucking eats herself into illness, eats herself into a high risk category that we then fucking close the country down for, because instead of just being able to, I don't know, protect old people because they should have been the main focus, we had to worry about 100 million fucking fat ass motherfuckers who are high risk of a fucking cold virus that should only affect elderly people. We actually closed all of society down, wrecked people's businesses, and destroyed children's lives along with their mental health to protect you who just got fatter during the fucking thing. This is the fucking face of privilege. This is the fucking face of privilege. This woman who's so fucking privileged that after 2.5 years in a pandemic is likely fatter than she fucking was, eating herself into a fucking even higher risk state. Fucking not giving a fuck about your kids having to be fucking, the high risk community was used as an excuse to trash fucking society and tell people that they needed to take a fucking experimental therapy. Like, if you aren't there yet, fucking prove me to fuck wrong. Because normally, I mean, people were arguing that with me for 2 years. Do you know how many high-risk people we have in America? I've been speaking about it for quite fucking a bit. I've even said before, we cannot possibly sustain this level of fucking illness. But here you are, being so fucking privileged that you think that you should tell other people that fought for their rights for fucking decades, that fought for their right to get married, that fought for their right to fucking not get discriminated against in their fucking job because of what they did that didn't affect their job performance at all. Like, if you're gay, your job performance is not affected at all. Whatso fucking ever. If you're lesbian, your job performance is not affected. Even if you're trans, most of the time your job performance is not affected. Unless there's some sort, unless you have extra doctor's appointments or anything like that. But most of the time, your fucking job performance is not affected whatsoever. If you're obese, your job performance is affected. If you're obese, you technically are sick vastly more often than a lean person. Statistically, it's not even fucking. This is not me just fucking picking on fat people. This is fucking ridiculous. If you're black, it does not affect your job performance at all. If you're fat, it does. If this woman had a physically laborious job, how the fuck would she do it? This woman looks like she gets out of breath fucking walk. This woman goes through the drive-through. She does not get out and fucking walk in. I'm almost fucking guaranteeing that shit. I don't know because I don't know her. She'd probably hate my guts. And I mean, I can understand that people that don't like to live in the fucking real world don't like the fucking taste of reality. So I can understand her hating my guts. But how is it that, like, this is not seen as just fucking privilege? Being black, being gay, being trans does not affect somebody's job performance, does not normally affect their burden on society. It's a them thing, right? This woman is a burden on society. This woman and people that eat themselves into illness and then remain in illness increase the high-risk population and therefore give public health officials an excuse to say, well, we might have so many people get sick because we already have this many high-risk people. This woman is a burden on society. This woman is one of the reasons why that we're going to continuously be told, well, we have too many high-risk people. We should close down for this cold, that cold. This is the face of fucking privilege. This woman wanting to fucking have her fucking gravy fucking stripe, her McDonald's fucking arches put on the pride flag. This is the literal face of fucking privilege. $2.6 trillion a year in shared healthcare costs by the American public is spent on lifestyle-driven chronic illnesses. The vast majority of those, obesity, about $2 trillion a year in shared healthcare costs can be attributed to obesity and the comorbidities that come from obesity. $2 trillion in shared healthcare costs a year. What can we do with $2 trillion? Oh, apparently we could solve world hunger. Apparently we could, not have a fucking massive deficit. Maybe we could stop borrowing money every single goddamn day. It would fucking save, I don't know, 1.3 million lives a year. It would reduce our risks down. It would actually be better for the fucking planet, because you telling me that this woman's gluttony, this woman's sheer fucking obsession with food that leads to her being 100 pounds overweight is not somehow adding extra waste in the form of carbon from just her fucking breath, from her car, taking up more gas to cart her fat ass around, and the extra packaging, transportation of the food she gluttons herself on. You telling me that that's not bad for the fucking environment? But we all need to have electric cars that are somehow fueled by fucking coal energy, you stupid fucks. I mean, are we being realistic about this? Am I being actually too real for people to want to fucking understand what the fuck's going on here? That this woman is the fucking face of fucking privilege while she's crying about how she feels like she's fucking oppressed and needs liberation? This is the face of fucking privilege right here. This is the reason, I don't care what race you are. I don't care what sexuality you claim. I don't care what gender you claim. This woman is the reason why this woman and other morbidly obese people are the reason why the healthcare officials or public health officials have any teeth when it comes to saying we have so many high-risk people, we can't overload the hospital system by having a bunch of people get sick all at once. Because her and other morbidly obese people result in about 50% of the actual resource burden on our healthcare system already, and have for decades. So when the healthcare system is clogged up by this one's fatness up to 50 fucking percent already, that's not privilege? This woman is fucking privileged beyond fucking privilege to live in a country where she can glutton herself and then claim that she is fucking claim that she's somehow oppressed. That's fucking privilege.
And that's it. Not hard. What connections do you find in your own fat liberation with the world around you? Put them in the comments.
I find, wow, just 3-minute video. I turned into fucking a lot. Anyway, we're going to stop sharing that. I find it disgusting how these people co-opt other people's plight. For any fucking person to claim that they are discriminated against in a way that minorities, racial minorities, black people, Hispanic people, stuff like that, have been discriminated against in our society because they're fat, I find that truly just ridiculously disgusting. It is one of the most fucking ridiculous, absolute fucking privileged things there is. I do not want fat people to feel bad about themselves. I do not want fat people or obese people to in any way feel that they are. I don't want it to be where like people make fun of them for their appearance and shit like that. I don't want them to try to hurt their feelings. I don't try to hurt fat people's feelings. If I make a joke about a fat person, I make a joke because there is humor in reality. If I make a joke about it sounding like you breathing soup, it's because you sound like you're breathing soup. If you find it funny or not, I'm sorry, but it's the truth. If I make a joke about how you get, how a flight of stairs almost kills you, it may be a dark humor joke, but it's still a joke and it's funny because it's based in reality. You are the joke by your own making. You are the punchlines for people. I fucking, when people make fun of my fucking tattoos and shit like that, it's like I had people saying it's cultural appropriation. Like what, 90s culture? Like I make fun of myself all the goddamn time. I make bald jokes, tattoo jokes, teeth jokes, fucking what the fuck do you people want? Make fun of yourself, laugh at yourself. It means you accept reality. Just saying. But if you actually want to fucking act like you're oppressed because you're a fucking glutton, if you want to act like that, it's so hard to live in the world as a fat person. How? Because people call you fat, are you okay? You have not experienced actual oppression. You have not experienced actual fucking discrimination. You are what you're feeling is self-inflicted oppression. It's self-inflicted. Nobody's oppressing you. Fucking ridiculous. I'm going to take some starting from here. If you had questions, I'm going to start from here. At least interesting. The cynical dude made the same connection. It's healthy, fit people that will have to rebuild the world of fat people. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about? We need to bring shame back. It would be better. It won't get better if we don't shame this awful behavior and mindset. They bully fit people daily. They absolutely fucking do. They absolutely fucking do. I get like, fuck. I cannot. I'm sorry, but like, I don't give a fuck that they say shit, but look what they fucking say about me. Like, I mean, it's insane. Like, I mean, these people are fucking truly crazy. The cynical dude is crazy. If you guys watch his content, I reached out to him. I don't know if he saw it. I'm gonna reach out again. Please tell him I'd love to have a fucking live, have him on this channel. Please tell him I'd love to have him live on here. I feel weird about doing reaction videos to reaction videos. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel weird about putting him on here, but his channel makes me fucking laugh. Like, it makes me laugh my ass off. I think he's very fucking funny. So please, if you guys, want to go follow the cynical dude, first of all, go follow the cynical dude. Secondly, tell him I'd love to have him live and have him reach out to me either on Instagram or Twitter. I'd love to have him live. Anyway, what were we talking about? Like this, what connection did he make? Made the cynical dude. It's fit, healthy people that will have to rebuild society. That's the fucking truth. We're going to have to rebuild society. We truly are. Just finished eating liver and onions, Italian recipe. Ooh, I like liver and onions. I can't, onions give me a little gas. Oh, ow. Hey, baby. How are you doing? What's going on? What you got doing? Okay. She's running away. She doesn't want to say hi right now. She just came up, stabbed me in the leg, and then fucking ran away. It's love. Healthy workers are being worked to death by the obese. The number one workplace injury for nurses is lower back injury from transporting obese patients. It has been for like a decade. It's crazy. I'll try to make one if anyone's interested. I don't know what you're talking about. Fed acceptance is nothing more than an excuse to avoid personal accountability. I completely 100% agree. Oh, so hey, since I do want to tell everybody, boom, you can subscribe to the podcast channel. That's Alan Roberts Uncensored at that link right there. Please do go listen. I re-upload these videos, but I also am doing other content. There is one very important one on there right now. It is the. Give me 1 second. I'm going to pull it up because I think it's the most important video that people are not watching right now. And it's easy to find because it's the one with the warning on it. But this right here is a very important video. This is me reading something from the actual NIH website right here. So the National Institute of Health website, please go read that. Please do it right now. I'm going to do some stuff reading from the on there. We're just going to do this too. See how this fucking affects the stream. That's the actual NIH website right here. Go read that. It's on the National Institute of Health.gov website, and it has been for over a month. Go read it right now. I mean, if you don't want to listen to me, like, go subscribe to the podcast, but go read it. Absolutely, go read that. Okay, trust me, you'll want to fucking know. But also, back to this. I wanted to, I'm going to plug our stuff here real quick. That's Uncensored. Please go follow that. Again. And then you also have our book, Fuck Being Fat, Solve Your Weight Problems Once and For All, from Math and Willpower. It's right on our app right now. It gives you a month of the app. It gives you a month of the hunger management support group. And it also gives you a month of live, pre-recorded, and HIIT style training classes and live classes. Crystal's going for a walk here about 11 a.m. with people, and you get the book and a month of the app. Please do that. You can also get a 30-minute consultation with either Crystal or I. Once you sign up for it, it gives you a month of the app also, it gives a month of the Hunger Management Support Group. It gives you a 30-minute consultation with either Crystal or myself, whichever you would choose. We have a lot of people that pick her because I think they're afraid of me, but that's fine. And she is truly the genius behind the hunger management method and the behaviors. And she is, she's my coach. She programs all my workouts. You can also, if you just know you need help getting your lifestyle together, we have our 3-month coaching block right there. We also have 1-month coaching block, but it's where we take people's lives and we change it bit by bit. We focus on satiation, satisfaction, eating foods that you like to eat, and appropriate fitness level activity. We try to just change your life to a bit healthier one. Then we change it again to a bit healthier once that habits are built. We focus on habits and sustainability. You got to like it. We focus on losing the weight and keeping it off. So please do check that out. Somebody said, I didn't know you had a book. Is it on Amazon? It was on Amazon, but it was a best-selling book on Amazon in 2020 for weight loss and a few other categories. For a while, for like 2 months, it was the best-selling weight loss book on Amazon. And then they decided that we can't call fat people fat, so now they bury it and they won't let me put ads on it. So it's sold right off of our website right now. And then see what somebody was saying something. Alan, I literally just said that earlier in the feed. I spent all night pulling up obese people's beds. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope your back is okay. Please be careful. Please be careful. Please be careful. Alan, when are you running for office? I don't want to run for office. I would take a position, and I've talked about this before. I talked about it yesterday. I'm actually going to make a whole video about what I would do if I was the Secretary of Health for the United States. Because what I would do is I would make sure that people were informed about preventative healthcare measures, and they were informed upon the data, and we would actually have it so dissenting scientific opinions could talk live once a week to the American people in live broadcast, and they could state their cases on why they believe their stances on the data that is presented about different healthcare issues in our country. Because that truly is what the United States government should be doing. The United States government should be protecting our rights and informing the people so the people can make their own decisions based off of their rights and the information as it's presented to them. We should be educating people as how to stay healthy. We should be educating people on the dangers of certain things, including cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, ways to avoid and prevent these things. We should be helping people understand their actual risk from different pathogens and different communicable diseases, such as a bad cold virus that was less deadly than the seasonal flu to people under the age of 65 that were healthy without comorbidities, literally less deadly. But instead, we closed down everybody. We should be having people make their own decisions in America, because while other people want to compare other countries when it comes to this statistic or that statistic, what these other countries don't have is we are the home of freedom in the world. We are the last bastion of true freedom in the world. So that's what I would do if I was the Secretary of Health of the United States. Is I would help inform the people on a weekly basis, and I would help educate people on a weekly basis based off of what the data says and what experts from every single side said about it. My job would be to get the information out from the actual experts to the people based on the actual data. And if the data was in question, we would have other experts present their data, and then we would have them, support the viability of said data. We would, instead of it being, a pharmaceutically based thing, I would bring people in on a weekly basis, experts, PhDs, doctors, scientists, to discuss the actual data and why they feel it was. And if it was being spoken in a language that the American people did not understand, I would make sure that they broke it down into language that anybody can understand. And we would even have further assistance where people, if they still didn't understand it, where there could be a division of people that would be there to educate people on nutrition, on micronutrients, macronutrients, on things like that, on side effects from drug companies. That's what I would do if I was the Secretary of Health of the United States. I'm going to make a whole video about that at some point in time this week. So, me and my partner talk about it all the time, how we won the lottery being born in America. I wouldn't want to live anywhere else. You absolutely did. I mean, people don't understand how, even still, even with rights even with the Constitution being seen as this old document, we live in a constitutional republic. as people like, we're losing our democracy. We never had a fucking democracy, you dumb fucks. This is why they should teach civics in fucking high school instead of gender studies. We live in a constitutional republic. The Constitution is the law of the fucking land. If any law comes in front of the Constitution, it is unconstitutional. It should be fucking abolished. It is not a viable law. Shall not be infringed means shall not be infringed. How hard is this for you? Oh, you just want children to die. No, I want children to live, and we are not going to be able to live if we cannot defend ourselves against tyranny, both home and abroad. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, totally agree. Bring back shame. I'm sorry, but we have shame. We're just not allowed to talk about it. These people are ashamed of themselves. They would not be fighting so hard. I mean, they put more effort into saying, stop calling me fat, it hurts my fifis, than they do actually trying to fucking get healthy. They're ashamed. They're deeply ashamed. They are deeply ashamed every time they mouth fuck themselves with, $20 worth of fucking McDonald's. They are deeply, deeply ashamed. Every time they fucking glutton themselves on fucking an extra large pizza when they could probably eat a slice and have it be okay, they are deeply ashamed. You know how I know this? Because I once was one of them. I was morbidly obese. I would eat 10 McDoubles at a fucking time, dipping them in a bowl of ketchup. I loved it. I loved it because it was just this mouth pleasure and this feeling of control over how much I could glutton myself. Meanwhile, I knew I was fucking hurting myself. I knew it. I was one. I mean, give me a second. Give me 1 second. Some people forget. Some people actually forget. Give me 1 minute. Oh. Here we go. Some people forget. This incredible woman right here, by the way, her right there, she's who saved this dude's life in so many fucking ways, so many fucking times. She's the one that figured out how to fucking get that to this. She's the one that figured it out. She's the one that fucking made that shit happen. She is absolutely the one that figured out the hunger management method. She is the one that encouraged me and Mark to do what we do with No Morbidity. She is the reason why Mark and I are even Mark. She encouraged me to reach out to Mark because we were very similar, and she's the one that encouraged No Morbidity. She's the one that thought about how it needs to be non-stimulant, non-thermogenic based because obese people have a hard time with that. She is the one that made this and loved me the whole fucking time. Never fucking once did I feel like she was judging me. She just loved me who the fuck I was. She had a conversation with me or she just wanted me to be around a long time. And the promise was made, 90 years old, holding hands, watching the sun go down over the Gulf of Mexico, getting ready to go dance with our grandchildren or our great-grandchildren at their weddings. I made that promise and I'm going to fucking do it. I guarantee that shit. I guarantee that shit. That's fucking love. Wanting somebody to get healthy, that's fucking love. Wanting somebody to live a long time with you, that's fucking love. And she changed this fat fuck, this glutton, this person that could eat 4 Primanti sandwiches at one time, 10 fucking McDoubles at one time, into this. That's love. Straight the fuck up. And anybody that has fucking issue with that can fuck off. For real. That's the fucking truth. Right fucking there. That's the fucking truth. So again, she's the one. If you want to get a half-hour coaching, you can get a consultation with her. She's the one who figured out how to fucking do that shit. If you want to buy the book, you get her live and pre-recorded yoga, HIIT style training classes, all that stuff too, included in there. And she's very active in the hunger management support group always. She gives recipes, all sorts of shit. If you want to get 3 months worth of coaching because you know your lifestyle's fucked up and you need help, she is involved in it every single day. She is actually, it's a private chat between her, myself, and the person. So that is the fucking truth. Anyway, you looking up? Oh, I feel way younger too. Way younger. Way younger. Maybe there's hope for marriage yet. Marriage is a real fucking thing. Like, Crystal and I's entire goal is to spend every single fucking time. Yes, she is. She is. And yes, she is. Absolutely. But people forget. People absolutely forget. I think Alan has a crush on her. I absolutely have a crush on my wife. She's fucking makes me smile every fucking second of every fucking day. It's fucking amazing. But I think people forget that I was once a fat fuck. So I know what it's like. I know what you're doing to yourselves. I know it. I know you don't like it. I know that woman that we looked at earlier, who is the literally face of privilege, I know that she knows that. I know that she deep down probably feels horrible about fucking trying to fucking steal away other people's fucking plate, but feels obligated to do so because she's so fucked up. But anyway, I'll be back 7 a.m. tomorrow. Me and Mark are going live a little later today. Look for the thing about it, and we can go from there. Yep. Everybody, have a great day. Goddamn.